Rail Agency of South Africa has approached the courts to have contracts awarded irregularly reviewed and set aside. Former Prasa CEO Lucky Montana allegedly approved and later extended a contract for Siyangena Technologies without following due processes. The company, linked to former President Jacob Zuma's ally Roy Moodley, was contracted to supply gates at various Prasa stations. According to Ngoye, Montana approved the multi-billion rand contract even though his delegation of authority was limited to contracts valued at 100 million rand.
If you look at the amount of money that was involved, it was an amount that was way beyond the authority of the group CEO. And I think I would like to make a submission that says for that type of matter to appear before a subcommittee of the board, before it was even, taken out to tender, the board would have had to approve that this particular transaction is taken out to tender. So one would have expected that questions may be asked to say what process was followed in this regard.
Montana approved the contracts despite concerns raised by the bid adjudicating committee in relation to the budget. According to Ngoye, the committee recommended that the contract should not be awarded to Siyangena Technologies, but the chairperson of the BAC's signature was allegedly forged in minutes recommending the company.
These are the minutes, Chair, from the BAC that one speaks about. The fact that the BAC minutes had not been signed, but you then have a copy of the minutes that are now signed. And this is obviously the allegation that Ms. Tara Ngubane makes to say, look, I don't know anything about those minutes. So it's a clear indication that, there was a forgery of the documentation that went to the FCIP.
Ngoye also echoed former Prasa board chairperson Dr. Popo Molefe's testimony, saying their efforts to get law enforcement to intervene in the matter fell on deaf ears. Balenhle Mthethwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.